Alright, I'm here. I'm still getting used to talking to this camera, so, you know, and like I said, my voice is kind of screwed up because of the teeth. Here's Boo Boo. He's working with us. He says yes. Whenever he sneezes, he says, that means he says yes. And then we have Lucky here. And we got him. Both of these were dogs that were rescued. We didn't go and get them from a pet store or anything. But what we're going to do today is we're going to do a grid system on the raised bed. And so what you have down here is, this is my short side of the bed. And I'm going to mark it at 1 foot intervals on this side and 1 inch intervals on the, hey buddy, on the long side here. And Boo Boo likes to help out. And so that way next year, when I plant, I can plant it in a grid. I can use graphing paper to plan it out, but also I can use graphing paper to keep track of where I planted things. And so it's really helpful in that sense. Also, if you wanted to experiment with different things, different pesticides, different fertilizer, or whatever, you could also do that and have one plant in this grid area do one thing and one plant in the other. So all I'm going to do, I'm going to show you this real quick, because it's a real quick and easy one. Yes, Boo Boo. I know. Let me show the people, and then we will head out. Okay. Let me show the people. I know you're so happy. Look at this boy. He's just the happiest little puppy. And Lucky's happy too. Yes. Okay. Now, so I know you want kisses and love. I know. I know. You guys go wrestle. So I just take my tape measure here, and I'm gonna mark 1 foot on this side. See if I can do this. I'm using my phone, I'm not using a tripod, so it's gonna be kind of hard to do things. And I can't find my good tape at the moment that has the slide on it, but here we go. So got that pushed in. And so you just take your tape out, right? And then what I'm going to do, since there's a foot right here, right? And this bed is 4 feet across, and this one is 16 feet long. We're also planning on putting in another bed as well, but just haven't done it yet. So here I'm going to mark 1 foot. See, and then I would go and mark 2 foot, 3 foot, and then all I'm going to do is I'm going to, you can choose whatever numbering system you want, but either on top or on the side here. Well, I'm probably going to do it on top. I'm just going to write this as column A. Now, I don't have great handwriting, but so now in my book, I can go, or with landscaping plan, I can go and pretty much plan everything out. And I do a foot on this side because I'm probably going to be planting rows. If I'm going to plant rows or anything, it's going to be across this way. So depending on how you want to plant it, I would, and you can also do different spacing. I'm just using end spacing because I think a lot of this, that's about the smallest you need to plant things from each other, I'm guessing. But like I said, this on Instagram, this system, when I have this and I have this line, and I come over here and let's say this is right here, number 1, and then let's say number 2, etc., etc., etc. Right? So if I go, okay, in A1, okay, in that section, so I get myself a foot here, and like I said, I may add more later, but I'm just going to do a foot here. In that section, I'll be able to plant whatever, carrots or whatever. And you can do column A, B, C, or whatever, you need to. So that's my plan. I haven't seen too many people do this, I don't think. I've seen people use sticks across, but I don't think I've ever seen anybody do markings for a grid. But I'm not saying I invented it or anything. So just so you know that I didn't invent this, but I've also thought about different systems. You could also, if you don't want to mark, you could get like a 16 penny nail and just every inch, every whatever you want your measurement to be, you can put that in, and then it's real quick and easy to set your stick or your string or whatever across it, and then plant. So it's a quicker way to get stuff done, and it's also a good way to keep track of your records that you want to keep. The next project, just so you guys have an idea for tomorrow, we're going to be getting, and I want everybody to just try to do this. I'm going to be getting some leaf cutter bees, and then and they'll be out all this summer. And then I'm going to get some mason bees. Now these bees don't sting. They're native. They're native to. Hold on, I'll turn around so you guys can see me instead of looking up. They're native bees, and there's native pollinators. And just so you know, the honeybee isn't native to America, but mason bees and leaf cutter bees are. And mason bees are 100 times better, or I say 100 times because it takes 100 bees to equal how much pollination one mason bee can do. So my trees and my any of my fruiting stuff, I'm going to make sure I put mason bees all around, especially like behind me, as many as I can, because that way everything gets gets pollinated. It helps out around with everybody else. And I've got morning glories. I'm waiting to hear back, so I'll make sure just to let you know. But I have morning glories, and leaf cutter bees like to get really soft leaves, and morning glories have really soft leaves. And there's also flowers there for them to get nectar as well. So that's what I'm going to try to do. But I'd recommend if you aren't doing it, you could do leaf cutter bees and mason bees on an apartment balcony, and use it to especially the leaf cutter bees are used to pollinate summer crops, so cucumbers and like tomatoes and a lot of stuff. So if you grow that kind of stuff, I would recommend getting it. And I'm going to be getting my bee stuff through Crown Bees. It's here in Washington State, and the representative told me there's actually about 600 native, different type of native bee pollinators, which I saw kind of a unique one this spring. Just a little tiny guy. It wasn't even a mason bee size. It would easily sit on the top of a eraser. But that's just a natural thing. And if you're worried about getting stung, these bees, they don't really sting at all. They're not in a hive. I mean, there's going to be like a nesting box for them, but they're not in a hive. They're not aggressive, and they pretty much are only going to sting you if you're trying to kill them. But it's something that everybody can do regardless of the size of your property, or if you don't have property, or whatever. It's good to get them because it will help other people around. Now, I think it's the leaf cutter, maybe the mason bee, but they don't go too far from their nest, and so it's really nice to keep track of them. And like I said, even if you have a small space, you can use them. And Crown Bees, just to let you know, if you do decide to get them through them, or even if you even if you don't do anything, let's say you just get the bees and you don't do anything, well, Crown Bees will buy back the cocoons from you. So they come in little tubes, and you can send them tubes, or you can send them loose cocoons, and they will they take care of them, clean them, and all that kind of stuff. And I've watched kind of stuff on that. It seems kind of tedious. I may just send the bees to them, and then just replace them next year with a different amount. And then so that way, even if and they can cut you a check or, you know, give you credit for their store. So it's a way for even people in apartments, people in houses, where you can't have any livestock at all. Like, we're in a trailer park, we can't have chicken, we can't even have a dog, you know, nothing like that. So I've got the guinea pigs. They eat the scrap, they make compost and fertilizer, and their poop can go right on your garden. It's not a hot compost. It's very beneficial for them as well. A lot of the plants I have here, I do sprinkle a little fertilizer in here when I started, and I'll probably add some more as I go on. But their poop is just a little pellet, and it's able to get in the ground and decompose quickly, and it helps feed nutrients. And since they're a caged animal, like a bird or whatever, that lives in your house, generally there isn't even a restriction on that. You know, you can have a fish or whatever. So, and I love my guinea pigs. I had them long before we had this house. Tupac is he's over 4 years old now, but the average guinea pig lives till 3, and he doesn't act like he's old. He still acts like he's a really young thing, and that's because a lot of people with their guinea pigs. Maybe I'll go for a walk with you guys. How about that? A lot of people with their guinea pigs, and just so you know, I do have a disability with my nerves and stuff. And I don't know if I've explained this a lot before, but with my nerves and stuff, and also my memory. So it's very hard for me to retain things. So I usually try to talk to people, not because I don't want to talk to them on the phone or hear their voice, but I try to talk to people through email or letters or whatever. So that way I have a record of a conversation, and if I forget what they said, I can go back to it. Hi, Boo Boo, you guys playing around still? Yeah, should we go show them? Should we go for a walk? Oh, talk to these people. Yeah. Yep. It takes me a while to get up here. And I'm making out of a boo. That's the other thing. We don't have tons of money, and so we've tried to be as resourceful. Let me say that again, as resourceful as possible. So we use as much as we can, just from stuff that we might have thrown away, or would get thrown away, would get put in the landfill, or whatever. So, like I'll show you. I'm pretty sure I showed you in another video, but I don't know if you can see it, but you see this wire right here? That's actually a bed spring. We got when we first had Lucky, he liked to chew things. Well, he chewed the mattress we had up pretty good. He chewed that puppy up. Let's see if any of these blueberries are good. Now I'm trying to figure out what's going on with them, because from what I read, it said, well, I guess it's still firm. Okay. If it's wrinkled, it looks wrinkled, but it's not wrinkled. Okay. If they're firm, they're okay. So we may be getting some harvest on this soon, and I'll do a video on that as well. Because I love harvest videos, even everybody else's. So, you know, the compost we got for free. We live right behind the compost guy. You know, I went and talked to him. I was asking him how much and stuff. He's like, I'll just bring you a scoop. So, so we got lucky there. We didn't even plan. We planned on building these, you know, but we didn't plan on them being filled anytime soon. And now because of that, we can spend like a couple dollars. Now I go buy the sticks of lumber at the local. There's a local feed store here in town. We're in a really small town, really nice town. Maybe I'll take you on a tour of that one day. And we're gonna put that bed right here. Just come across here. We're gonna put that bed right about there. We may be able to put 2 beds actually. But I try to use everything I can. Okay. a lot of you guys, you do as well, but anything that you're going to throw away, what I would suggest you do first is, if it's an item, take it apart, and like if it's an electronic item, take it apart, put those screws somewhere, put those wires somewhere, and you never know when you're going to be able to use them. Like, we got this from a friend, and it's just old, posts for those big steel rack systems, and on top of that, that's just a extender for a table like you would eat at, your dining room table. Well, that up there, and then a little metal shoe rack, there's a little potting bench, and it didn't cost us anything, right? I got the old coffee pot there, that works. I still use that. I can measure the cups of water, but also I use that if I'm going to water plants that need a little more, I don't know, a little more gentleness. And this is a longer video, and they're going to get better, I'm still learning how to do all this stuff as far as video goes. But yeah, and then back here, and actually maybe I'll take you back there so we'll go for a walk back there. But this back area, the plan is to make this, I guess you'd call it food porch, but not really. But this is going to be and like I said, I'm lucky. I'm lucky where I live. I live in a trailer park, but I have, by standards of some people's houses and yards, I have a very large yard. I go all the way back to that. You can kind of see where the fence ends right there. It goes all the way back there. So I got lucky in that sense. And this is a very old, very old. It's an older trailer park, and so it's got lots of well-established. When I say well-established, I mean well-established trees. And our lot is actually kind of nice. We're shaded by a huge maple that's probably 60 years old. And I'm just estimating this because of the size of the trunk. But it's huge. It's huge. And here, I'll flip around so you guys can see me instead of just watching the walk. So the goal is to get things done, and I'm not sure yet, but I may already have some leaf cutter bees, and that's just because if you look on here, there's a little hole cut out. They like to cut holes. I'll make sure that it's first. I don't want to say that it is, but and then this is our yard is like right here, this path right there, and then on the next lot you have this big raspberry plant. Got a bunch of, I'm guessing it's a fungus or it's a disease or something, orange spots on there. So we can't even really get, oh yeah, that's a leaf cutter right there. We do have leaf cutter bees here. Awesome. I'll be able to set their nest out and they'll probably just move right in. But, that's here, and we would have ate off of it, But since it's got disease, I don't want to. And then, everything I've learned, by the way, from for plants and what they are, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, I learned all that by watching everybody else's YouTube videos, and I also watch, even the beauty type ones where they're planting flowers and all that stuff. So, just by, I guess, osmosis, by watching that, I learned which plants are which by identity, because I watched them eating plants sometimes. So this is I'm pretty sure it's elderberry, and I've never had elderberries before. I don't know when they're ripe, so I'll have to look that up.